Welcome back. I'm sitting here, buried in my thesis. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Did I scare you? Yeah, so I'm actually supposed to be working on my mastery thesis right now, but my energy level is through the roof. My concentration levels are down in the basement. So I thought I'd tell you a new story. Once upon a time, I broke my leg. This is the wrong leg. I broke this leg. And by broke it, I mean I fucked up my knee. So let me tell you how that happened. Now this story, oh my god. I'm basically a pro YouTuber by now. This actually happened the year that I finished what would be high school, college. I was 18. 18, just finished that part of school. I think you would call it college. It's not the same system as in America or in any other countries, I think, but like, okay, so in Norway, you have 7 years of primary school, then you have 3 years of like the next thing, we call it youth school, and then you have 3 years of intermediate. Yeah, it kind of just means intermediate. It's the thing you would do right before you kind of go to university or maybe a college. Okay, so university and college are basically the same thing. Now I'm confusing myself. This has nothing to do with the story, except for the fact that after this, if you're going to the military, it would be now. And at this point, I really wanted to go to the military. So this happened in March, right before I was going to graduate from, let's call it high school then. And after that, I was planning to go into the military. So what happened was I went on a skiing vacation with some friends. So we were in the prime time of just being young idiots, meaning that when we went skiing, we just did all sorts of stupid stuff. Now, I mean skiing as in not cross-country skiing, but downhill skiing, which is where you have the lifts going up the mountain and you ski back down. I'm a scared person when it comes to jumps on skis. I hate jumping. I really, really hate it. I can't stand it. I can do drops when I got off-piste, and the main difference is basically if you do a jump, you have to go like up in the air and then back down, and if you do a drop, you would go off a ledge and then just fall down to something, but at no point would you go like upwards, you only go down. But these friends of mine wanted to go in what we call the park, which is where you have the jumps and the rails and all that stuff. And in the bottom of the park, there are 3 big jumps. There are 3 in a row, and the last one is the biggest. And the way, if you don't do skiing at all, the way big jumps are made, you make an arch or a hill thing, and then before the arch, I can't do this. Ooh, I suck. You make an arch. Yeah, this works. Good enough. Okay, you make an arch. And then before the arch, you make like the jump. So the goal is that you can land still on the arch, right? So there is the arch, which is very wide, and then there is the jump. So the jump is like more narrow than the entire kind of arch thing of the jump. Jesus, that was elaborate. Point being, I was not about to go on those big jumps because that's not something I have in me. I have tried a couple of times on smaller jumps and I just get scared out. I've like from the moment my feet go off the ground, I feel like I'm gonna land on my back and all I can think about is, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I land and maybe it's fine, but like I hate it. I hate the feeling. So I was not about to go on the big jumps, but my friend was, and we were gonna film this. We wanted to make this film pretty cool. We had a lot of tries trying to do this. So the goal was, I was going to film, he was going to jump. And going down the slope, there are 3 big jumps, like I said. So what I was supposed to do is go only on the arches, and he was going to do the jumps. But I was supposed to try and stay directly to his side, like 90 degrees to his side all the time, because we felt that that would look pretty cool. So we tried doing that. But every time, at some point, maybe I got ahead of him or he got ahead of me. So we had a lot of tries trying to get like actually on the same level at all times. So we're gonna have one last go. I remember I was to the right of him, so I was filming to my left. First jump, fine. I'm straight right next to him. Oh my god, do I maybe have this film somewhere? I probably do. I will check. I'm gonna check it right now, actually. Is this it? Oh no, it's from another time. Oh yeah, is this it? This is from the same year, but it's not this. Ah, damn it. Okay. If I found it, I'm gonna insert it right here. I was filming off to my left. We started at the same time, being on the same level. First jump, perfect. He's directly aligned to my side. He has a little bit more speed than me, so he starts getting ahead of me a little bit. So I try and take a little bit more speed to catch up with him. Next jump, almost perfect, not quite, but it's better than the other tries. Then he lands and he has come like a lot ahead of me in the jump. So at this point, I'm like lagging behind. So I just take all the speed I can, think everything I'm thinking about right now is the film, forgetting that if you have enough speed, you're gonna jump. Even if you're going not on the jump, you're gonna jump off the arch. I keep calling it an arch. It's not an arch, but you're gonna jump. And that's exactly what happened. So I actually caught up with him. That moment when I caught up with him, I realized, oh my freaking God, I'm going super fast. I'm gonna jump. So that happens. And as I'm filming, because I'm twisting to the side, the moment my feet lifts off the ground, my body starts turning to this side because I'm twisting. So my feet start going sideways and this happens really fast, right? So I'm kind of shocked. I land. And I land right next to him, but I land, this is him, this is me. I land like this. And it's very steep. So what happens is that I just go crashing into him. At the moment we crash, I actually have this on film. I'm gonna find the film. The moment we crash, our skis kind of tangle together. Now skis are made so that they will release from your foot if you have like enough pressure, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I got stuck in between his ski boots, or I don't know, I could just feel while I was falling that my foot was stuck underneath something and my body went twisting this way. So I felt as I was falling, something happened in my knee. And I actually remember yelling like, ah, my knee or something. He kind of remained standing somehow and he went a little bit down. I fell down, I rolled a little bit down the hill, and then I just stopped and I could just feel something. It was very strange because it wasn't very painful. Probably because by then I had like so much adrenaline, but I could feel that something was wrong. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell when your body is giving you signals that something is very wrong. Not just, oh, I bumped my shin or something. I could feel inside my knee something wasn't right. And it was, of course, kind of painful, but I don't remember pain at all from this moment. And I also remember that I didn't act very much like I felt pain, like I wasn't screaming or anything. I just sat up and I was sitting in the slope and I was just sitting like this, saying like, something's wrong. My friends, they took off their skis and they were trying to come up to me. And as they came up, like, since I was so calm, we were like, okay, but can you maybe stand on it? Is it working? Like, are things okay? I'm gonna try and stand up. Maybe I can like put my skis on and I can just use like mostly my healthy leg, my uninjured leg, and just ski down, get to the bottom of the slope, because like we were still like in the middle of the mountains, right? So I stand up, I like try slowly to put some weight on my left leg. And then I was like, okay, I need to take on my ski boot if I'm gonna do that. Now, if you know how ski boots work, like you put your heel, this is a very good demonstration. You put your toes in first, and then you have to push. Like, you have to push with your entire body. So you push your heel down and that locks your boot in. So I do that with my injured leg. I put my toes into the ski closure. I do English good. I press with my heel, straightening my knee, and I can feel my knee going the wrong way a little bit. Yeah. Not a lot, but I could like feel it going. You know when you stand on your leg and you completely lock it out? I could feel it just going like a little bit like past what is my locked out knee and then back. Still, it didn't hurt. But when that happened, I kind of just froze and I was like, nope, I'm not moving. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna stay here. Somebody's gotta come get me. I am not putting any more weight on my knee. Fuck no. A lot of this is kind of just a blur to me. I was still very calm. I still didn't feel any pain. So my friends got hold of one of the skiing instructors who kind of go around the slopes, making sure people are okay. They went down, they got like a scooter, a snow scooter? Snowmobile? Why can I not English? Snöscooter. Yeah, snowmobile. Okay. Okay. So I got in the snowmobile. No, I didn't. It wasn't a snowmobile. It was a pulk. A pulk. That's a thing that the ski instructor just pulls behind them. Scariest thing of my life. The skiing instructor took me down to the bottom of the mountain. She kind of checked out my leg a little bit and she was like, okay, you don't seem to be in that much pain. Probably just go home and rest. And like, you probably just kind of twisted your knee a little bit. It'll be fine. And like in my head, I was thinking, nope, I didn't just twist something a little bit. Something is very wrong. But like, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know any of these things. I don't know how the knee works. I don't know how it feels when you just maybe twist your knee a little much. So I just didn't think that much of it. She put some bandages over my knee. And I actually walked out of there, like with my skis and everything. She ordered me a taxi. I had to walk a little bit down some stairs and everything with my ski equipment, my ski boots, everything down to the taxi. And then the taxi drove me to like the closest he could to the cabin we were staying in. And I had to walk into the cabin all alone. It worked. Like I was super careful not to like straighten my knee completely. And I also put as little weight in that leg as possible. So I was really just moving as carefully as I could. And it worked. It wasn't very painful either, but like I felt something was wrong. It was actually the last day. So we were going home the day after. So I was like, okay, whatever. We're in the mountains. We're going to go home tomorrow on the train. I'll just check it out when I come home. So we had a party that night. I was partying all night with my knee just like up on the couch, trying not to move at all. I even got the, what's it called? Crawling kneecap nickname that evening. Crawling kneecap. The day after we went home. And the day after I also carried my stuff. Like it had been a whole, I had like a lot of pressure on it the whole night. And I kept that on for the day when we went home. And I also walked to the train, all of that stuff. Got home. Fast forward a few hours and stuff like that. I told my mom. She was like, we're going to the emergency room and we're getting a picture taken or something. We're going to get your knee examined because something happened and you know it. And I was like, yeah, I do know that. So we went. So when we got in, the doctor, she sat down. No, it was a guy. So the doctor or whoever he was, he asked me to sit on this bench and put my leg up, kind of like this, but not so high. And he was like, okay, I'm going to check your knee. So he pushed first, like my knee was bent like this. So the first thing he did was he pushed down, like on my shin. Nothing happened. He was like, okay, that's fine. Then he took his thumbs under and he pulled up like this. And when he did that, like my whole shin moved like a lot upwards. So nothing happened when he pressed down, but a lot happened when he pulled up like this. Like my whole leg just kind of like this. And he just let go of my leg and he was like, yep, there is no korsbånd there. What the hell is korsbånd named? ACL. Yeah, they're called ACLs, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. Let's see. So this is basically the thing. Inside your knee, you have like two ligaments that go like in a cross like this. There is one in the front and one in the back. So you can see like this. And that's kind of like, if this is your knee, they are inside like this. And what they do is exactly what one of them wasn't doing for me, is they prevent your knee from going like this. It's supposed to stay together here, right? So it prevents your knee from going like this. It also prevents your knee from going like this, which it shouldn't do either. So what happened was that I had torn one of them, the one holding it from going up, but not the other one, which is why it still wouldn't go down. When he pushed down, it stayed, but when he pushed up, there was no resistance. So I had completely torn one of them. Fuck, I thought. Because I remember I was planning to go in the military. And in the military, I knew that back injuries and knee injuries, they're not going to let you in. The rest of the story I'm just going to make very short. I went to the hospital. Apparently, I had incredibly low pain for a typical ACL tear or something like that. So what happened was the doctors were like, they could like push it and pull it and twist it. Like it was uncomfortable. And of course it was painful, but like on a scale from 1 to 10, maybe the pain was maybe a 5 or a 6. Like it was painful, but it wasn't like excruciating, which led to them being like, oh, we can touch this injury without you screaming. Can we bring in the students? So I had like 6 or 7 doctors and students come in and feel how it felt when one of your ligaments in the knee is torn. Yay! That was fun. And he told me they could reconstruct it. They also told me that they didn't know if they would have to maybe reconstruct one of the side ligaments in my knee too. And they would have to see during surgery if they would have to do that as well. So what they did to fix my knee is basically that they removed the broken band. And then with like small holes and stuff, they went inside my hamstrings. And your hamstrings is composed of many muscles, right? This is what he told me after the surgery that they did. I'm not a doctor, so if I'm saying something wrong, I'm sorry, but this is what I was told that they did to my leg. So they took half of one of the muscles of my hamstrings out, kept the ligament part, folded it over until it was as thick as a little finger, they told me, and then they made holes in the bones in my knee, pulled this new ACL through there, and bolted it there with screws that would disappear after a while. So they basically constructed a new ACL for me using my hamstring muscles. Now this has resulted in I'm actually like weaker in my hamstring on this side. And you can actually see it with your eyes too. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to show you right now, but like it's pretty flat on this side. But if I show you my other leg, yeah, you can see it. You can see it. You can tell. This leg is smaller. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna stand up, try and show you. Injured leg. Non-injured leg. I can see it clearly that there is like more of a bulge compared to here, right? Yeah, you can see that. So I broke my knee. And they fixed it. And they fixed it actually very good. Like my knee and like, okay, I'm still weaker in my hamstring because I haven't been that good at retraining my strength in my hamstrings in this leg, which I am still working on. But I have been training a lot of stability stuff in the first few months to like consistently try and challenge my injured leg. For instance, when you go for a hike or you just go up some stairs, like if there is one step you need to take that is kind of big, you usually always, without thinking about it, do that with your strongest leg. So I started doing all kinds of stuff like that. If I had to do like a big step of any kind, I would consistently do the big steps with my weak knee. And I think stuff like that, small things like that, have helped a lot. But like I couldn't do this before injury, but I can do it now, I hope. Like I can do a pistol squat on my injured leg, which I couldn't do before, so I'm really happy. My knee is in better shape than it was before the injury, but I have to take extra care of it, especially with like twisty things or just stuff that is very challenging for the knee. So I always have to keep that in mind because I'm really, really lucky that I can use my leg as much as I can. I'm training heavy weights, stuff like that. But if I injure it again, I'm gonna be screwed. So yeah, so I'm just trying to use it as much as possible without putting it. So that's the story about how I broke my leg. If you would be interested in hearing like how it went with the military stuff and just the training after the surgery or anything like that, if you have any questions about what it was like, just put them down in the comments. Maybe I'll do a follow-up with video if anybody wants that. And if you like this story, consider actually giving it a like. Consider that. If you didn't, I appreciate you staying this long anyways. And that's gonna be all. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!